have here? Curious Lynx Ramsey to kick off our live post, and he goes with the old-fashioned, regular cardboard box. It is the witch's brew, although Ramsey. Hello, everyone. If you're watching out there, you're tuned into the Wildcat Sanctuary. Today is another wonderful day of living wild at heart for our rescued residents, and I can see Canada Lynx Ramsey exemplifying that by enjoying a kind of spread of cardboard enrichment, particularly scented cardboard, which is one of this rescue's favorite things in the whole wide world. There, I'm starting to see some people filing. Hey, Faith Warner, checking in from sunny Wellington, Florida. Oh, into the shack he goes. Bella Rourke's tagging the girl squad. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday so far. It is hump day. Halfway through the week. Not too bad. Good morning, Hillary Boxell. Let's see who else is here. Getting Kathy Ryan tagged. Love to see it. Aha, Alan Simmons says, finally, Mr. Ramsey. Ramsey has made his way in to, Timber and I had a couple kind of ideas in the old brain box cooking this morning, and we were wanting to do a little bit of a kind of spooky enrichment, and we were wanting to make kind of like a witch's cabin or witch's shack. I think it ultimately turned out with kind of a island boy vibe, but nonetheless, still a structure where Ramsey can go in and out of. He's got some crumpled up paper in there as well, and more crumpled up catnip, which has really been the special enrichment treat as of late here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Good morning, Betty Winter from sunny California. Kelly Anderson is here. Hey, Kelly. Saying hi to Timber as well. I got Timber right down below me photographing Ramsey here. So you'll have to give us a little leeway if we have a little bit more time answering your questions or comments. I'll do my best to get to them on the live. Hey, Maria Vaughn. Kathy Silva is here. Hey, Kathy. Happy Wednesday to you. And 200 stars from Angie Phillips. Thank you, Angie. Very much appreciated. Let's see if I can get another look at Ramsey rubbing on his cardboard box. Mr. Ramsey is a Canada Lynx. Ramsey, like many of our rescued cats, came to the Wildcat Sanctuary from a life of private ownership. Ramsey was bought as a pet, was living in a condominium, and was desired to be a pet, but obviously a wild animal isn't going to give the desired outcomes in a domestic setting. Ramsey was soiling all over this person's very simply was aggressive towards this individual and did not want to be in a domestic situation. Didn't deserve to be in a domestic situation. Into the box he goes. If it fits, by golly, it sits. And unfortunately, like many of our rescues, they carry signs of their previous life in private ownership. And Ramsey's is that of a declaw. Ramsey's been four-paw declawed. We're back, folks. We're back. A little bit of a funky area over there, so I'm going to stay over here. Sorry about that little drop, everyone. Hopefully we can keep the fun going here. Ramsey's going to and fro. He's got a little cardboard hut that Timber and I fashioned for him, and then the old witch's brew box over there. It's got a handful of perfumes and catnips. All for a cat like Ramsey to enjoy, and he loves scents. Susan Mensa saying, is it me, or does the feed keep freezing? It might not be you, Susan. I just had a drop in connection, so I'm guessing that was me, and I just moved over. Hopefully we can kind of have things running smoothly from here. Deborah J. Sanford watching from Paris, France after a long day of museum walking. Can't miss seeing the cats. Now that's dedication, Deborah. Lovely to hear you're having a wonderful vacation, and even more lovely that you're tuning in to check in on the cats, excuse me. Alice Watkins, I love seeing it. Hey, my sponsor boy Ramsey, he loves his boxes. Alice, does he ever? Oh my gosh, Ramsey loves any type of cardboard creation like you see him in now, but obviously the good old classic cardboard box over there, he hopped in that first. So Ramsey's a purist, it seems. He loves all boxes, but he just likes that regular cardboard box sometimes too. And of course, thank you for sponsoring Mr. Ramsey here. That's one of the wonderful ways that you can help support the rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary is more than just a general donation, more than joining our monthly pride, is we also have a sponsorship program. And you can take a cat like Ramsey under your wing. You get a sponsorship packet, photos of Ramsey. You can enjoy updates and all the amazing things. And of course, the gratification of knowing that you're providing a compassionate life for a cat like Ramsey, who hasn't always known a life like this. We were talking about Ramsey coming from private ownership. And unfortunately, there was a video that went viral on YouTube of Ramsey and his former owner, of Ramsey actually being taunted by his owner just to get a reaction, just to get those clicks, just to get those viral views. And it's a shame to think, and is exciting to think about the life he lives now, and it's thankful to people like Ramsey's sponsors and all of our supporters. Ooh, doggy Ramsey. He says, this catnip is the cat's pajamas. Woo! A little zoomy there. And I mentioned this on a live post last week, or maybe earlier this week when we were walking by Ramsey's habitat, is that he got so hopped up on catnip, one of the last live posts we had with him. He actually bolted up this tree behind him, about halfway up this tree, feeling like Superman apparently. So that's fun to see, Mr. Ramalam. Let me get into the comments here. Mary Mellenbach saying, I thought it was a castle too. It does look a little castle-like. I was able to make those little grooves so it was circular. Mentioned Timber and I are kind of feeling the October vibe, the Halloween spirit here, and we were wanting to make a kind of, the last, a cabin in the woods, the last house on the left, and I think our creativity fizzled out, and Ramsey was left with a still fun piece of enrichment, but maybe not as imaginary as Timber and I set out on. Kathy Silva, when we're talking about Ramsey's, the video that Ramsey's former owner posted to YouTube of him taunting him. Exactly that, taunting him for social media, and it is absolutely awful. Just to hear the hissing from Ramsey, just to hear the vocalizing and the swatting of his paws, it's definitely kind of pains our hearts to think people are just wanting to provoke cats just to get a reaction, just to get those clicks. That's no good. And unfortunately is kind of the day and age that we are living in with social media. Ooh, into the box, he says. Betty Winter pointing out, I love his snowshoe feet. That's right, exactly that. Ramsey's got those large paws. Mother Nature gave him those large paws so he can navigate those deep snow that he would experience in his natural habitat. Ramsey, you're still navigating plenty of deep snow here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We've been talking about his declaw. Ramsey, if I'm not mistaken, is also considered a senior cat. I'd have to get his exact age. I know he's in his teens. We're shoveling past for Ramsey. We're making sure that he's still able to get around his habitat, but most definitely cool to see those big fluffy paws that evolve over winter. And I'd love to get a different angle on Ramsey, but darn it, I went over just about 10 feet to my right, and of course I'm going to stand over you, Timber, if that's okay, or maybe not all the way over you, if I can even. Nope, too much foliage there. Looks like we'll just have to stick with a couple ear tufts poking out of the box here. Look at that, finally up into the 120s for our viewership. Facebook's a little funky and maybe hasn't been notifying our followers as it normally does, but happy to have everyone with us. It's Wednesday. Not only is it hump day, but it's also Wish List Wednesday. You guys know among the more than a handful of ways you guys contribute your support here to TWS. One of those is our wish list by shopping our Amazon wish list. And Wednesday marks our Wish List Wednesday. You guys, I'm sure, know the link. Timber is not inside to provide the link in the comments, but if somebody could provide the link and check out our wish list. I was talking to Tammy yesterday, and she was mentioning that litter. We are in a great need of litter. And actually, another kind of piece of reinforcement as well is, and I'm sure you all get this as members of Amazon Smile, I got the quarterly donation amount for those who shop our wish list with Amazon Smile or do any type of shopping on Amazon. The quarterly donation was in the just under $5,000. It was about $4,500. And that is awesome. That's not even when you're shopping the wish list that I'm talking about. That's when maybe you're doing shopping of your own or what have you. And it doesn't matter. If you have nominated the Wildcat Sanctuary as your charity of choice via Amazon Smile, we are getting a portion of your purchases donated here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. And so many of you have signed up for Amazon Smile that we nearly received $5,000 this last business quarter, totally free. That is super awesome, and we're feeling very thankful for that. It's a cool email to read this morning. Let me catch up on some comments here. I love to see people kind of disavowing what happened to Ramsey and him being taunted on social media. Chizzy Lovell with donating 400 stars. My cats love boxes. They don't allow me to use boxes for storage. That's right. You pretty much can imagine we have a great recycling program here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, thanks to cats like Ramsey, where we get to let the cats give their own use for it, a little cat recycle, if you will. But definitely, even when we get just regular old deliveries, if an Amazon order comes in and interns are placing boxes inside the lobby of the Animal Care Center, you bet Cinders, Oreo, Benny, everybody's already sitting on boxes trying to paw them open. What is it with cats and cardboard boxes? Looks like that's Christina tuning in. Hey, Judson, is that Ramsey? You bet that's Ramsey. Ramsey the Canada Lynx, one of our rescued residents living wild at heart here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I'm zoomed way in on him because he's having a blast with some cardboard enrichment that media intern Timber and I created for him. We had some ambitious kind of Halloween goals to make something spooky for him, but we ended up with this fun little hut. We still have some time before Halloween, though, so you can surely expect some spooky enrichment for cats like Ramsey and other cats to enjoy. And he's kind of, thinking. He's like, am I going to sit on this catnip? Am I going to go back in the box? Am I going to go in the little box? It's fun to see Ramsey's mind tinkering and thinking and obviously rolling around and getting into that catnip state of bliss too, as we all well know. Somebody asking if my cat loves boxes. You bet they do. She is a big box lover. She is anything that I walk in the door with in my hand and put set on the ground lover. My grocery bags, my work bag, my computer bag. I can only imagine because it smells like Josie and Edgar and some of the other cats here. But most definitely so. Well, Ramsey's kind of doing his own thing. Kathy Silva reminding us of how much we loved his snowplow truck enrichment. Man, that was so fun. You guys were helping us raise money towards a new snowplow here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And Mr. Ramsey, he says, you know what? I can see that you guys need some help fundraising. Let me get in my cardboard plow truck and motivate the folks here. Woohoo! Looks like Ramsey knocked his box over. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit and head over here, and hopefully we don't lose service. Tail flickering, he's looking around. I can tell Ramsey's a happy cat right now. And so today's, I mean, of course, and I love seeing it. Ramsey just kind of stuck his butt in the box there. He still has it there. That is Ramsey's scent marking the box, letting us know that's him and that's his box and it belongs to him. And also standing as a great reminder as to keep the wild in your heart and not your home, and how a wildcat like Ramsey, in the domestic environment that he lived, was doing exactly that, soiling all over this person's furniture. And oftentimes, not oftentimes, it's just what these cats are built to do and will do. Kendra Ditto Timber saying, consider making a cauldron. Ooh, we had some cauldron thoughts. We were making a broom. Yeah, we can kind of deconstruct it. We were tried to go for the cauldron. The cauldron turned into the hut. We tried making a broom. The broom turned into the roof. And, I think things just kind of devolved from there. But Ramsey seems like he's had a blast, nonetheless. And that's right, Henyatta, he did spill the witch's brew. That's a party foul, Ramsey. Hey, Lori Heath, thank you for the 100 stars. Oh! And the house comes down. Ramsey jumped through. There was a rear window. He jumped right through the rear window. And pretty much just brought the whole thing down, big boy. I didn't know this was the story of a huffing and a puffing and bringing the whole house down, but Ramsey says, I huffed and I puffed, and well, that house came on down. I heard a little commotion over here from the cheetahs, who maybe were curious about the commotion happening in Ramsey's habitat. So like, what is this fella doing? Where is he doing, Timber?
Looks like he's trying to look through his window.
Okay, there I saw him. Oh yeah, he says, well, this was the coolest little shelter here, but now I maybe made it a little more two-dimensional. It doesn't mean I can't have some fun with it here. Doesn't mean I can't have some fun with it here. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves today. It's a wonderful Wednesday here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Lori Heath pointing out that Ramsey is bringing down the house. He is having a blast enjoying some enrichment here. Ramsey is certainly a lover of scents and a lover of cardboard, and has really been having a blast today, and I'm happy everybody's enjoying themselves, and just as Ramsey does enjoy himself daily here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. He's enjoyer of scents. He's an enjoyer of obviously the individualized care he receives here among our hundreds of rescues. Mr. Ramsey's fortunate from obviously the spacious and free-roaming habitats that allow him to feel like a lynx and really engage with his inner wildcat, which we're so happy for. And then Ramsey obviously has you, our supporters, looking out after him, cheering him on during his wild at heart life. Life is good, Mr. Ramalam. And I'll tell you what, I love seeing you wiggle and squiggle like that. Maybe some people mentioning that their video is looping. Hopefully that's maybe just a temporary issue. Perhaps you can watch, exit out and then click back into the stream and things won't be looping. But bizarre nonetheless. Heidi Larkins is here. Hi, Heidi Larkins. Thanks for joining us today. Such a happy kitty indeed. Ramsey is painting his habitat red. He's having a blast. Sue Button, you missed the post. You're going to rewatch. I highly suggest rewatching Ramsey, who's been eluding us on lives here lately, is having an absolute hoot. Kathy Ryan asking, did you put any scent on the box, Judson? Kathy, you bet we did. Ramsey is currently sitting on some kind of fragments and shreds of catnip. You see him rubbing here. And then I added a little bit of, we have this Britney Spears perfume. Do you know what that one's called, Timber?
Not off the top top of my
It was
head.
maybe before your time, but I remember that little bottle. So it's a combination of some catnip and some Britney Spears perfume. Free Britney. Okay, glad to hear that people's looping issue was maybe solved with exiting the stream and coming back in. Now I'm planning on doing maybe a little bit of a sanctuary stroll here, but I keep on hanging out with Ramsey, enjoying himself. Making my way through the comments still. All right. A live lunch, says Emily Rose. Let me get to the rest of that comment. Hey, everybody. Roland Ramsey cuteness overload makes my day. Hey, Emily, that makes our day to hear that you're checking and enjoying yourself so much. Ramsey has been rolling. He's been huffing and puffing and blowing houses over. Alan Simmons pointing out getting a little loopy. I think the catnip has got the best to him, and he's turned away from us now, but you can kind of see a special little glint in his eyes, kind of like our cats get when they've been hitting the good stuff. That the Yeow catnip banana, that's what it is for my cat at least. Yeow, yow bags that we're able to give the cats as well. Hey Shelby L, glad to have you with us. You're right about that, Kathy. Ramsey is always a treat with the box enrichment. He very much is. Rain, shine, summer or fall, winter, spring, Ramsey loves a cardboard box. It's as simple as placing one in his indoor bedroom for him to enjoy. He obviously coming out here and enjoying one on his platform. He says, I'll take a box to go. I'll take a box to stay. I'll take any box. Let's see. Chizzy is asking about the dot on the end of the tail. Is there a purpose? I may not be able to tell you about the evolutionary purpose, but I can indicate that bobcats also have that dot on the end of their tail, but with lynx it's going to be a lot more pronounced. So a lot more portion of the tip of the tail is going to be black as compared to the bobcat, which is still going to have that black tipped tail, but less of it. Less of it will be dipped in that ink, so to speak. Oh, Ramsey. And I can hear Timber clicking away, and you can surely expect it. Things were kind of getting funky over there, and I wanted to talk about a few things before I end the live post. So I'm going to try to find some better internet connection. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm sure that the connection was decent for a portion of the post, and we were able to get some Ramsey time in. But we need to find greener pastures. Alrighty. I'm going to circle around this way, maybe see if I can see Bobcat Buddy. But then I got Bobcat Baby Jenga right here. Looking dashing as ever, Mr. Baby. And we saw you for a brief moment yesterday as well, pretty boy. You can see Baby's a little long in the tooth and moves a little bit slower. He's one of our geriatric rescues. You also know that Baby was able to take part in an amazing procedure here at TWS, that's stem cell therapy. And it's about a 6-week window where you could start seeing results, and I believe we're coming right up on that window here, so I'm excited for the vets to take a closer look at Baby and maybe see if there's anything we can find from his procedure that he had. I see you, Mr. Buddy or Mr. Bogart. Let's see if Mr. Buddy's out and about. All right. Let me get back into the comments here, folks. About the babies. Lots of babies. Alright, Hinata saying most of the post was good connection. Well, Mr. Simon, we saw you yesterday, and you were waving your legs around and being a wild goofball. And Miss Shadow, we also saw you yesterday, being just as much of a goofball as you're being right now. But I do want to check in to see if I can catch Bobcat Buddy enjoying himself. He has found a few favorite hangout spots. One of them is kind of on the inside. My big fat finger's in the way. Kind of on the inside of that perch structure, there's a fire hose hammock. Let's see if he's got himself in there, Mr. Buddy. Oh, doesn't look like he's in his fire hose hammock. Let me check a few other places. And we'll make a U-turn and check in on Winona and Thor. Buddy! I was hoping to see that precious face of yours. He says, well, you give me the option to do what I want when I want to, I'm going to do it, mister. And you're right about that, buddy. Checkmate. But it wouldn't be right if we didn't stop and say hi to Bobcat Tao at least. And that was her and Buddy who... it was Tao who moved over here to Roar Ridge, and Buddy that was able to use Tao's habitat. And she's almost got her body positioned like she knows where Buddy is, but maybe I don't. Catch up on some comments while I was cruising around here. Patricia A. asking, how is my Dash big boy? Well, Dash is doing tremendously. Timber and I drove around this morning on the golf cart after we placed Ramsey's Enrichment down outside of the habitat. And, of course, Dash is up on his platform, relaxing, but when we turn the corner, he turns to attention, gets in stalking position, and is always curious, always on the move to be his naughty little self, so to speak, wanting to stalk and just get your attention. So Dash is doing very well. Let's see here. Yeah, Darby T. That's a good point. How is Shrek doing? Shrek the Bobcat. Haven't seen him in a while. Shrek he's such an interesting little creature. Well, first of all, Shrek's doing just fine. He lives next to Anastasia, kind of across the way from the Cheetah Boys. And Shrek, before coming to the Wildcat Sanctuary, only lived... Yeah, we're going for a walk here. Only lived in an outdoor space, and it was actually roofed, and he never actually saw the sky before coming to the Wildcat Sanctuary. Well, Shrek, he's got this awesome bungalow and has never had an indoor space, and I'll tell you what, Shrek loves his bungalow. He loves it. He's sleeping on his hanging fire hose hammock. He's sleeping in his den box. He is in hog heaven in that bungalow. I always have a conversation with Elise about how much he loves his bungalow. So I'd love to catch Mr. Shrek on a live post soon. Every time I cruise by, I'm looking over there, keeping an eye out for Mr. Shrek. Yeah, Miss Winona, but all in all, he's doing well, and it's interesting to kind of see, something that he was deprived of in his former life, how much he enjoys it here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Look at the claws out. Winona? Oh, brother. First Simon yesterday, now you. Cats. And if I kind of zoom in, you can see Thor watching us from the top of his cave there, and kind of like I was talking about Dash. He's maybe casual now, but as we kind of continue to head over to Mr. Thor Jr., he will get a lot more serious about the paparazzi approaching, or maybe he'll keep on listening to the UTV that's driving around in the background. We'll see. But I wanted to get into a better service area because today is Wednesday, and I wanted to carve out a live post schedule for the rest of the week, but it's already carved out because starting tomorrow, we have spay days happening here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. It's going to be a pretty comprehensive vet day tomorrow and Friday. Aurora, Alana, Alyssa, and Tigress Polina will be having spay surgeries. So we are going to be bringing you into those vet days starting tomorrow and Tuesday. Mr. Thor says, I'm a little concerned with the hum of the UTV in the background and not the paparazzi right here. But as I was saying, it's going to be a pretty kind of intensive and comprehensive vet day starting tomorrow into Friday. And those cats are going to be having their spays, and we're going to be bringing you along. Obviously not into the actual surgery, but perhaps for some of the prep and other things that go on during vet days like that. And obviously what's going on during vet days like that is your support getting put into motion. And obviously talking about how thankful we are for your support, and also perhaps encouraging those to give and help defray the costs of expensive vet days like we're going to be having over the next 48 hours. So play with the barrel. And Thor watching from afar. Now that's a very respectful way to enjoy your neighbor's company, Mr. Thor. I like that. We're going to hang out with Winona for a few more minutes. I'm going to make sure I haven't missed any comments here. There you are. She loves that tall grass, I tell you. Do you, Miss Winona? Angie Pitcavage asking, how long will Tarek and Polina have to be separated? The nuts and bolts of the recovery time for the spay surgeries, I could not tell you exactly. I think I'll have to get filled in by Tammy and our veterinary team to be able to better answer that question. But I'm going to hazard a guess and say that it's at least a 10-day period. But that and any other questions you may have, I will better be able to field. Hey, pretty lady. I'll be able to better field kind of in the coming days. And even Tammy doing those live posts, we all know. Are you crazy today? We all know that she's just got those answers right off the top of her head. Whoa! Yeah! Well, what about this ball? What about this ball right here? She says, well, that's not a barrel. Well, what about that ball over there? That's also not a barrel. We try, though. We try, Winona. You love those barrels, though. My word. Maybe some of that catnip wafted over to Winona's habitat from Ramsey's. Holy buckets. And a kind of meeting of the minds over here. Tao, as brave as ever, is curious and saying, what is that tiger up to over there? You tell her to calm down, it's still the AM. All right, everyone. With Winona kind of secretly and silently stalking me in the background, and we had a blast with Ramsey today. Sorry the internet connection kind of petered out towards the end, but still plenty of good Ramsey box content to be had. And as I kind of mentioned here just a minute ago, big things happening at TWS starting tomorrow until Friday with our spay days happening. Lionesses, Aurora and Alana, Liger, Alyssa, and then Tiger Polina. all part of the preventative care we offer our rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Those spay surgeries are going to decrease certain risks of cancer later in their life. And then obviously as a non-breeding facility, we don't want any mishaps to be happening and cats to be breeding and for there to be more cats in captivity. But we'll be hearing more about kind of all things spay over the next 48 hours. And I had a blast today, and it's going to be an exciting and informative rest of the week as well. So thank you, everyone. There you are, Miss Winona, for tuning in today, and we will see you tomorrow for our first day of Spay Days. Bye, everyone.